What's good?
What is happening? I
We're
guess I should tell you
attempting.
what's good.
Wait, say that again.
I said I guess I should tell you what's good instead of just asking you what's good.
It works either way. We're trying out this experimental cast today. We're watching W.A.P and discussing it, kinda, sorta, in a way.
Yes, my fucking video.
Why is W.A.P your fucking video?
Because it's amazing. I don't
Tell me
know.
why.
I, we're starting already. I don't know. Like the song is just great, and it makes me want to jump on a bar and pop my ass, even though I don't have one.
I'm starting to think and see it's like a women empowerment kind of thing in a way, maybe.
Um, sure, yeah, it's kind of like yeah, taking some control of environments, I guess, and making it what you want.
I can see it that way. I can see it that way. I know for me, if we just go into just a musical aspect on it, the only plight that I have is the beat's kind of empty. But other than that, it's like I get why it's empty. That's the point. That's the only thing we need. Is just there's enough there to keep you going back and forth on it.
I've heard that from a couple people that it does feel like that, and I can see what you mean by it.
I know for me, I like my music to be a little bit extra.
Hmm.
I'm used to Kanye with the like we got the synths going, we got everything else going, but I get how like I understand it. This song just from what it is enough to carry its weight. You don't got to do much. I mean, shit, all you need is bass.
Right, right.
I know I've been saying this a lot. I've been saying Cardi carried Meg on this track.
You think so?
I think so. I think so. I think we were having this discussion earlier, and I was saying how I don't know. I really like her delivery. Her delivery just kills for me. It's Cardi just tackles that shit. It's like an exotic fine car, and and Meg is kind of just like that girl that lived next door. No.
Are you serious? Are like I'm going to disagree with you because I really like initially listening to the song, I was like, okay, this is cool. And then like Cardi comes out and she's, rapping and I'm with it. And then like Meg just comes out with her bars and I'm like, this is the shit. Like for me, it was complete opposite. Like I was like, this could be a good track. And then I heard Meg come out and I was like, this is fucking fire. Like this is too dope.
I will say I have to stop and listen to just the lyrics of Meg one more again just to be able to. I wish I could just tap the button on here so I could actually play it and capture that shit while they're rapping. But shit, since I can't do that, I know from just from the feeling alone and delivery, my delivery trophy goes to Cardi, and I don't know, she has that delivery. I like what's that? Meg is Meg is cool, but I'm not drawn to it instantly. I'm just not.
I think I'm not
It's
gonna
that extra. It's that extra. I like that
but they
extra.
have their styles are so different, not even so different, but their styles are different in the way that they rap. And like you can see that being kind of put out there from both of them. So like maybe because you like extra, that's why you like Cardi B's part more than you like Meg the Stallion. Like for
Yup, I'm
me,
biased.
right. And so for me, I just think lyrically, I like Meg the Stallion better in this song, but also like there's parts where Cardi B is rapping, and I'm just like, I felt that. Like, I'm with the shits on this one, you know?
I need to
So,
pull these damn lyrics up. I'll get around to
well,
that in a second.
the part of the one where Cardi B's like, I don't cook, I don't clean. I was like, yes, bitch. Sing it for the people. Do it. I'm all about it.
What was it? What I was seeing online, there was guys saying that if you didn't like this song, that's probably because you're not getting none.
Funny thing, I actually had a conversation with a gentleman about, like, well, it was kind of a conversation about this song, and it, I guess, in correlation to, and basically it was just that, like, how do men feel about women being promiscuous and basically like openly sexual about like things that they're interested in
Hmm.
sexually. And he, posted on Facebook about it and was like, what do you guys think? And I was just like, why does it matter? And why does it matter? And why are men in a conversation that has nothing to do with them? Like, if girls want to talk about sucking dick and getting money all day, what is it to you, sir? You know what I mean?
It's because men are controlling, and it has to do like a lot of that shit where men's like, hey, if that's my hole, and nobody else can have it. It's like that kind of concept. I I know because I know it passed me, and I remember I dated this chick, and she was very like she was open and forward, like she was open and forward about her sexuality, and like it's one of those things where if you don't have the right mental space to be in that situation, you're not gonna be there. It's kind of like, can you date a porn star? Like you have to be a right type of man in the mind to date a porn star. I know me, I personally couldn't date a porn star. I'm too, what's the word? What's the word? Too controlling, for lack of better terms. No, I'm trying to think what's the word. I don't know. I wouldn't want. I want to be able to like have it all. And I know there's a conversation. Some people will probably say, well, you have something on a different level, so that person could be a porn star. I don't know. I'm not in that mental space to be able to date a porn star. Hey, are you there? Yo, yo, Anna. Hello. Yo.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
Okay.
I was talking. I was saying how I couldn't see myself dating a porn star. And next thing I know, it was just completely dead.
Yeah, so I didn't hear any of that. I heard the part where you said something about men want a hole to be their whole, and then everything just cut out. So,
Well, that's nice to know.
and I was like, hello? Hello?
That was the feminist light, or the feminist yeah, it was the feminist society. They were just trying to cancel my ass. It was like
Well, if you
saying
want to,
cancel.
well, if you
No.
want to repeat what you said, so I can I can know, I guess, because I don't know what you said.
Okay, so what I was getting at was men are controlling, or something. Well, I'm not gonna just put us all in a
General,
bubble. Yeah, I'm not
general.
gonna generalize it. Men can be controlling, and they it's kind of like that thing where if it's when I say whole, I mean, if the guys had sex with somebody, they're gonna want to keep that to themselves. They're not gonna want to see that with anybody else. And when you see, I guess, women being more free, it it turns into this thing for and problem for men because they go like, oh God, I can't control this person, or it's out of my control. And that's probably why so many men look down on it. They turn away from it, and what they'll probably swap it out or try to identify it as. They'll say some things like, no, women are getting money in for sex and shit, and we look down upon that because they don't have any control over it. That's I feel like it really just links back to control.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I think it's it's weird because I'll never understand why I'll never understand why men are like that because it just like why can't you just be cool, you know? Like why can't you just like we're gonna do whatever we want regardless. Why can't you just be cool about it, you know? Because like men get to do whatever they want, you know, and no one says anything about it. It's just like, oh, boys being boys kind of thing, like whatever. And then you have like girls that I guess are not essentially carrying themselves like they're ladies. And for some reason, men have an issue with that, and it's annoying.
Wonder when that became a thing. I'm running through my memories. I remember what period was that when there was more power being put on women, or trying to. I remember it was something like "Think Like a Man." Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Wasn't that a movie? That was a whole thing. It was like
Yeah,
"Think Like a Man" or some shit. "Be like a woman, think like a man" or something like that.
yeah.
And it was like the wave of the free woman. It was just like we can do what the fuck we do. We can do exactly like them, and yeah, it was that I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't care. I don't care. Like my current self doesn't care. I know my past self would be like I wouldn't care about if other women that I wasn't connected were feeling like that. But if I was like mine had to be it couldn't be that way. It had to be that's like oh yeah, it was that instance of control. And I don't know, as I've learned is it's better for a guy to understand that he's not in control, or what I mean, they understand that they're not controlling each other, but they come to this plate where they agree to, I guess, be for each other because they both make that decision and they understand there's not any control about it. They're free to make their own decision, but I think that's one of the problems. Like men are stuck sometimes, can be stuck in that whole like, no, I'm controlling this situation. This is what it is, and they leave it at that.
Is this, I mean, are you saying this for like relationship wise, or are you saying this as just a general like this is how men feel like, well, this is how men have felt or whatever?
I I guess not to mix it up because from that instance, I think I was speaking from a relationship wise, but I was kind of blurring the lines because it's kind of the same thing too with guys who are just looking at women in general. Like it's that whole glorification of a guy can go out and fuck as many girls as he wants to and come back a hero, but a chick can do that and she's now the biggest slut. Where in the end, everybody's just having fun. You know,
Right.
it's it's
Yeah,
I
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I think that men that have an issue with it just need to fucking sit down because it's annoying. You sound insecure and like it doesn't like what we do doesn't matter. Like if you want to go out and do your own thing and like, sleep with all the ladies or not sleep with all the ladies, that's cool. Like that's your prerogative. And if we choose to do that and we choose to speak about it, like that's our prerogative. It's just weird to me that men want to have an opinion about what ladies do when like you could you could probably never be with this lady who you're talking about, you know? Like it's the same guys that sit on the couch that think they're, better in doing stuff, but like they're talking shit about, well, like let's just say they are talking shit about these two ladies that are talking about getting money and getting dick, but these ladies are like millionaires making money, like taking care of their home, they got stuff going on, and for some reason they just like can't really be respected because they're talking about sex openly. Like it's kind of, to me that's like an insecurity for men, and it's kind of weird, right?
I can see that as a power. Yeah, it's that power move. It's that you feel like you need to have things in check. Because I remember just being online. Some of the things that started surfacing was like they were saying, "Look at this, Cardi's out here doing this. She's wait, I don't know if she's married or what, but
She's married.
she is married, and they
Hmm.
they were going like, look at it's Offset, right? Yeah, and he's like, Offset's a broken man because Cardi's out there doing this, and then they started also bringing up Will and Jada. Will is also a broken man, and it's because of like letting women just run wild, and I don't know. I think we're missing the point. I don't really. Honestly, personally, I don't fucking care. I think I'm just talking about this shit because it's just.
it's, it's
I don't
current,
fucking care.
and it's in the mix right now. And
It's
there's
current.
there's mixed reviews about how people feel about the song. Actually, there's not mixed reviews because all the girls that I know think the song fucking slaps. They love it. They're all about it. But then you talk to guys that are just like no, the beat's not there, or I don't like this, or it's not their best, and it's just like, okay, fuck you, hater. Like you just don't like it because they're talking about fucking you and it's not you fucking them.
Nah, man. I know my stance. Like I want this song, but I want Nicki. I want Nicki and Cardi.
Oh, you did say that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You did say that.
I want Nicki and Cardi. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to knock Meg, but it's just like I want
Don't come for
fucking
my girl
Nicki.
like
I haven't bumped a lot of fucking Meg. I know the only songs I know have been remixes or somebody else has been featured on that hoe. That's how they came to my eardrums.
and it's still good. Like it's still fucking good because I feel like her remixes fucking slap. Like they're great.
The remix is fucking slap. But those are the songs that's how they were introduced to me. That's how I found out about. I heard my first actual song all the way through with Meg, and that was the Beyonce song. And that's because like for me, as I heard it, I said I really like that chord. That was like the thing that brought me on is the chord in that song. The way that whatever that synth that's being used, it sounds out of tune, and I like that shit. And then fucking Beyonce was on there and she hyped that shit. And I was just like, okay, this goes hard.
Are you talking about Savage?
I am talking about Savage.
Yeah, that
That
is a
song's that
great
that song's
song.
fire. But I know I
I
would
think
have
that.
never heard it if the remix didn't get created.
So you're saying if
But
Beyonce is on something, then you're definitely listening.
not at all. Not at all. I'm saying that Beyonce killed that shit and then that was being played a bunch and that's how I heard the song.
Okay, fair. I think you need to have like a full day of just Meg Thee Stallion and just listen to her shit because she's too good. She's really good.
You know what? Every artist I've had on the show, what I do is I sit there and I listen to their tracks and shit either prior to the show and then I add them into the mix for the shit that I listen to in general. So yeah, since we're talking about Meg, I'm gonna have to go ahead and sit down and just bump some Meg and see what
You
the
have
fuck I
to.
feel afterwards.
Because cash shit is my shit. Like that makes me feel like the baddest bitch ever when I listen to that song.
You say cat shit?
No, cash.
Oh,
CASH.
okay, okay. So it's a song called Cash.
Cash shit.
Cash shit. Got it. Got it.
Yes. And when you
All
listen
right.
to it, you're gonna be like, you're gonna feel like a bad bitch too. I'm just saying.
Nah, man. don't segue into Dave Chappelle's motto like that.
Oh my god. Nothing wrong with feeling a little flirty and fun.
No, it was just the whole like with that. I was thinking about that earlier when I was bringing it up when we were talking about toxic masculinity, but just the fact that like in the media, or it's like they always want to get a black guy to dress up in a dress, and
Oh,
it's like it's like nah, man, fuck that. You ain't gotta do that shit. You can tell them to send that script back and they'll write some other shit up. Like that's what Dave Chappelle said one time. He was in some movie and they were like, Dave, we really want you to do this, but in a dress. And he was like, I ain't doing no damn thing in a dress. And they took it back after he said no, and they went ahead and still did the movie. It's up to you to say no to that shit. But most
yeah,
motherfuckers just be like, hell yeah, I'm being this dress. A lot of our heroes was in a dress, or so-called heroes were in a dress.
right. I never knew that. Never, I guess I never took the time to look at it then.
What are you talking about? The whole Dave Chappelle instance, or what are you talking
Well,
about with that?
I guess like just black actors in dresses, black comedians in dresses.
And I wonder how much of it stems from just how hardcore we beat young dudes into and wanted to just be like super masculine about things. Like I know growing up, it was like, yo man, you better say it with your chest, or I'm gonna punch you in your chest. Like
Yeah.
I remember, like that's just that's what it was, and like I mean, growing up, like right now, like I don't see anything wrong with it. But as you grow and you find out about this whole toxic masculinity thing, it's like sometimes it gets in the way. There's a balance. I think that's like the main thing. Like there's a balance of this shit. I still stand with toxic masculinity over toxic bitulinity any day. But
Didn't know
you
that
have
was a
to
word, but
I,
okay.
I I'm coining it. I'm coining it. But um I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you really have to reframe in your mind. It's not necessarily being called a bitch. It's more along the lines of like you got fatherly traits you were supposed to be taught, and there are motherly caring traits that you were supposed to be taught as well. And as you're young, you get told that caring is you know it gets negatively forced in your face, and you get told that that's basically being a bitch. And you like, hey man, don't you fucking cry. Crying's for little for girls. Crying's for girls. So you get punched in the chest for that shit, and you're like, nah, now I ain't gonna ever cry at anything that I'm supposed to cry at. And now you got trauma, and you don't understand why you got trauma because you trying to sit there and be a goddamn boulder.
I think it's great when guys are emotionally like aware, when they know like it's whatever, like there's tough guys who the fuck cares, but like when you can actually like process emotions correctly, and you can just like, yeah, I cry, and I can actually communicate to you like my feelings, like to me I think that's great. So I'm not about that toxic masculinity shit at all, because if I'm going to try to have a conversation with someone and they can't articulate their emotions to me, I can't do it, because you're not on the level that I need you to be. Like it's just like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong. I'm cool. I'm Mr. Tough Guy. But at the end of the day, like here you are fucking lonely and sad, and you can't even express your emotions because you don't know how. And it's annoying. Like be better, Like just
But
it's
how? Like that's the
2025.
thing. Like how do you teach that to some? Like it's that whole reteaching someone. I always bring up this instance when I'm talking about reteaching someone. For me, growing up. my mom and them always taught me that if someone throws something at you, they're treating you like a dog, so you need to respond negatively about that and be like, "Hey, fuck you, fam. Don't throw shit at me. I ain't no dog." Where in reality, that's not actually the case. You sit there, you have to reteach yourself shit, and it's like, how do you reteach somebody these how to actually express their emotions?
It starts by having an open mind. If you're going to be so closed off to actually reteaching and going on with the process, then you're not gonna learn anything, and you're not gonna progress. You're just gonna stay in the same mindset. And if people tell you things and you're not receptive towards them, that also is hurting you as well. If I tell you some things, if I make a comment, I'm like, ooh, I'm seeing a little toxic masculinity over here, and you basically just bow up and say, no, this is me, this is how I am, kind of thing, instead of just being receptive and taking the constructive criticism. Like, if you're not going to progress, then you're not going to, then you can't reteach yourself anything.
No. You have to want to. That's yeah, you're right. There we go. It starts there. You always gotta want to.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with learning something new, and there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, I used to be a shitty person 10 years ago, but now I know these new things and I'm being better. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's my fucking motto. Being better is where it's at. That's where it starts. You have to have that introduced to yourself, and you have to actually want to do something about it. That's pretty much where that shit kind of stands with that. Honestly,
Yeah.
but I don't
But
think we came here to talk about toxic masculinity all day,
I mean,
because we
it's
still gotta
it
look at this
goes hand
damn
in
video.
hand. Okay, true. We're if we're just talking about good old time fun watching this video, I'm here for it. But I don't know how it got to there. But I mean, it does go hand in hand though, because people are talking shit about the video because of toxic masculinity. So I don't think we're straying away. But
We're
okay,
not.
let's talk about this video then.
Okay. All right. All right. Right now, we're on the scene where Meg is in. I ain't gonna lie, those are some badass outfits. Like them outfits go hard. Like the visuals in this hoe is top notch. I fucking love the Willy Wonka scene, man. That shit's fire.
I am all about Cardi B's chain length hair. Like it looks like chains. I can't put my words together. Sorry, I'm drinking. Yeah, so
Well, how do you feel about Kylie being in the video? I heard stupid shit and controversy just about Kylie being in the fucking video.
okay, so my initial reaction was basically like, oh shit, she about to like fucking spit some bars? Like what's about to happen? And then like nothing happened, and I was like, okay. And then I saw that they brought out other ladies, and I was like, I get the point. So that was kind of like my reaction. It was like, okay, oh, okay, like kind of like that.
I enjoyed it. I remember I saw them talking about it online. Cardi had said something about I had to have her there because I wanted to have someone that didn't have any talent on this. And I was
I
like, is that
I
shade? Is that shade?
I saw I saw that, but I don't think that's true. I don't think anyone would be that mean. I mean, if you think about it,
Kylie
regardless if
got
you have
talent. I mean, she can
talent,
fucking market. Marketing
right,
is
it doesn't
talent.
matter if she has talent. Like she has her own fucking business. Fuck a talent. Like she's a billionaire.
Yeah, becoming a billionaire, I feel in some form of fashion is is a fucking talent.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, no, this video is fun as fuck. I'm checking that shit out. I like all the shit that look this anaconda scene or the snake scene. Perfect scene for fucking Nikki. Like no, like god damn it. But
I I like those two together. I don't know. I like it and I'm with it. But my video's not coming up, so it's just like a little it's like it looks like it's loading, so I can't see it on my side. So I don't know where you are in the video.
Oh, that fucking sucks. I'm not even using Wi-Fi and my shit's still flowing regularly.
Oh no,
Um,
I'm not on Wi-Fi, but I am out in like the burbs of Texas. So, so
dip that
and it's a
shit in secrecy. That's right. Yeah.
right. I'm trying to put it together. Yeah, but I'm not because I don't want to call it the country, but it's like it's fucking out there, but people are still out here, I guess. So yeah, so I'm not I think I just don't have really great reception, or yeah, I don't have great reception out here. So
Well, it's all good. You've seen the video. I mean, I think it's pretty fucking fire. I I just I just I'm interested in the next part. Like I really would like to see Nicki hop on a remix. They should do that shit. That would I don't know, that would just put the cherry on the top and there you go. You can just ship it and it's good. It's good.
well, they would have to stop beefing with each other first. So
I thought they was like fucking putting that shit to bed. I thought that had been kind of like squashed.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really follow. I don't
I don't
follow like
either.
a bunch
I
of
don't know this
stuff.
shit.
But the last thing that I can remember is like whatever gala that they were at. Someone threw a shoe. Somebody wanted
Oh
to fight
yeah.
somebody. I don't really remember. This is. I mean, I think it's like years ago that this happened, of course. But yeah. So I just, from what I can remember, Nicki and Cardi don't like each other. So I don't know how these ladies are going to come together as a unit, like Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, and mend things.
Well, I hope they do. I hope they do
I
because we're
hope they do
missing
too,
out
because
on some
I
fucking
like
fire
seeing.
ass music.
I'm saying like I like seeing bad bitches together, and I totally love Nicki too. So to just have all of them in one room would be amazing. It'd be like the new Moulin Rouge, you know?
It'll be fucking fire, and then you just gotta throw Beyonce in there just because Beyonce just needs to be attached to. Fuck it, I don't care. She needs to be there. She needs to be there.
All right, we're deeming her in. Gosh.
That's right. That's right. I recognize Queen B when I need to. I know she's fire. Yeah, I know she's fire. You know what tripped me out the most though?
What?
Their fucking age, man. Fucking Cardi is only 27 and
I
fucking Meg is only
know.
25. I'm sitting here going like, what the fuck did I do with my no,
Dude, I'm right there with you because I'm fucking 27 and I'm about to be 28 and I'm just like where the fuck am I going? What am I doing that these ladies got it? Like what am I doing wrong that I'm not there?
Well, I just hit the 27, and it was funny because for the longest I thought I was 27 already, but then someone reminded me last minute, no, 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 you're not 27. So me turning 27 just felt good because I thought I was already 27. But
I I call it the cloak of maturity
the
because
cloak of
I
who?
felt the same the cloak of maturity.
There we go.
Yeah, when I turned 27, I had told someone about a week prior that I was 27, and I was like, fuck. Like now I am almost 30 and now I have to actually be an adult. Like I'm not 25, you know? Like I'm closer to 30 than I am to 25. So I can't be young and dumb anymore. I gotta have the cloak of maturity and be wise and old.
You're not trying to be like the old dudes that be still wearing the jerseys, hollering at the young kids like, "What's good, cat?" Yeah, you ain't trying to
Hell
be in
no.
that. You ain't trying to be in that.
No. I'm trying to be, I don't know, like a 28-year-old billionaire with multiple businesses and a fire music career and no husband, no kids, get to travel around the world and like have like a bunch of houses everywhere that I can just like stay at if I want to. A piggy and a couple snakes and call it a fucking day. That's all I want in my
Man,
life.
that's a lot. That's a fucking lot. Like all I want is a fucking Fanta, some hot Cheetos,
Why are
and
you
the
lying?
ability. You said what? You
I
said
said, why are
what?
you lying?
No,
A
I'm
Fanta
dead
and
ass
hot Cheetos?
serious. All I want is a pineapple Fanta, some fucking hot Cheetos, and the ability to just get up and do what the fuck I want. I don't want to work for nobody. I wanna make comics and shit, and that's what I want. I don't want to fucking. I just want to be able to have the resources to take care of my responsibilities, so I don't have to give a shit about them, and I want to be able to do what the fuck I want. I don't need all the whole, hey, I want to go see the world shit. I want to make shit. I ain't nah. That's my shit's simple. It's so simple. That's all I want. That's all I fucking want. And
For
since I like
someone
this podcast shit, I want to be able to talk to every motherfucker I see on the street.
for someone who's so extra that just wants so simple.
I do it for the fans, looking ass. No. I'm so fucking stupid. I am stupid. That's probably like my number one problem.
Well, don't call yourself stupid.
It's a frame of mind, but um, was but like my reaction, like when I found out their ages, they reminded me when I first met Dak. Well, I didn't meet Dak. I was in the same room with Dak Prescott, and it was some fashion show I was at. It was like this rich people fashion show, and I was what was I? I was working it, but I wasn't like a server. I was like a higher level up of working it, and like I was like in all. I remember I was in all black. Forgot what my role was. I wasn't security or anything, but point is like I Dak is the same fucking age as me. We have the same exact birthday. And I look at him and I look at me and I go like, fucking A.
It's weird,
It is.
but
It is.
at
I
some
wonder
point you
what
make
that
it,
is.
right?
You said what?
At some point you make it.
You will. You will. It's when it comes with that, it comes with hard work, consistency, and just fucking keeping up with that. Honestly, that's where it lasts. You got to be disciplined. You don't get shit for just fucking being an NPC. And I say NPC, but that's not what I mean. What I mean by that is
What
like
is an NPC?
an NPC is a non-playable character,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what that is.
or or it's a fucking drum thing. It's a drum machine. My bad. That was poor context. But
Not a
no, I
big
like
game. Sorry.
yeah. I don't even know why I fucking yeah. But no, I just really think there's merit to it. It's just that being consistent, getting the fuck up and doing it each day, and just putting in the discipline. That's how you get to those places. That's how you become 25, fucking doing what Meg is doing right now. You know, that's how you get there. You just put in the work. You decide one day that you're gonna do it, and you keep doing it, and then you network the fuck out of that shit, and you meet the right people, and now you're fucking doing it.
We're just doing it. You finna
Exactly.
do
Oh, that's a good that's a forced that's a forced well, since we're trying to keep people on page with references, Finna
Uh-huh.
Do It is a song that I did on a first project way back ago. And she just recently heard it for the first time in 2020. And I believe her sister was dancing her ass off to it. And so that just let me know that I still got it. But no, just
It was great. It was great.
it was alright.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, I
It
don't.
it was
We're
it wasn't no it's some hoes in this house.
yeah. Definitely didn't want to make me jump on a bar and shake my ass, but I mean, like, I
But
moved
you
my
could
shit
play it
a little
in the
bit.
fucking restroom at that place. That's right.
Yeah, just move your shoulders around a little bit and call it a day.
You- What's funny is I performed that at my fucking prom. I can't believe I was allowed to do that. But
What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah, I
Like,
performed that. I performed that shit at my fucking prom. I won't name what fucking school it was because I just fucking know. But yeah, I performed. Matter of fact, I got into that prom like I didn't even pay for prom. I I thought that since I was allowed to perform at prom that I could just show it to prom for free.
that's what's
And
supposed to happen. You're
no,
the fucking
that's
you're the
not what the
performer.
person in charge. That's not what the person in charge said. She was like,
But you couldn't get in.
well, so she fucking babysat my ass. She said, "Nah, since you didn't pay, your ass can't come in." And I couldn't go in till like halfway through the fucking night. It
Oh
was
my
pathetic.
god,
It was pathetic. But I
that's so
still got to
fucked up.
perform. I still
That's
got
so
no.
fucked up.
It
Like
is. It is.
you literally got to perform for the school, and they just can't let you in. Like you're doing this shit for free.
The important part for me is that I performed. That's the fucking part that mattered to me. I hey, half the people might have left the floor when I got up on stage. How
Shut
but
up.
but there was still half the motherfuckers still on the floor. So I still performed my fucking heart out. And this you do. You get up there, you do it.
Oh, you know what? We're keeping the positive train. We're keeping the positive train. Yes.
I don't know.
Look at
I don't
you.
know. I think half the motherfucker and like so for me, like I guess a little more backstory. And wait, I don't want this shit to be about me. This is not supposed to be about me. Oh well, fuck it. I'm telling the story. I'm telling the fucking story. I guess
Tell
this
the
is gonna be
story.
one of those days. I just tell the fucking story.
Tell the story. Tell the
So
fucking story.
context. It was this was my first senior year at this school, so I didn't even know half these motherfuckers to begin with. So it's like it was ideal. But I remember the night, and it was so fucked up. I hate that night with a passion because I remember that's when I was having back and forth ties with the family, and they weren't interested in me doing music. They were just like, "Hey man, we want you to do school. The only thing I want you to do is school and just school." And every time I brought up music, they was like, "Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You need to do school." So it resorted in me having to buy like a prom outfit last minute, and that shit was trash. My outfit was trash as fuck, and I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I don't want to bring up what the fuck I was wearing, but like you know how when you go to prom, people wear extravagant shit. If you're gonna wear anything that's like kind of normal and regular, what you do is you wear black, and that's like the most normal shit you wear to prom. The most normal shit you wear to prom is black. You do not wear anything close to the color brown. So with that, I'll leave that shit at that, and I won't give any more details on how
Hold
bad
on, did
my
you wear
fat.
a fucking brown suit?
I didn't wear a brown suit.
Like,
It just, it
what color
was.
was it? What
If you,
color was it?
if you turn the lights off, if you turn the lights off, that means it looks.
Oh,
I'm trying to play the memory in my head. What the fuck color was it? And now I'm trying to lie and give up a justifiable color.
all I have in my head right now is like Coming to America and like the kids on the stage, and like this is how I'm picturing you.
It was that bad. It was that bad. I thought I'd justify it by just wearing the vest. No,
Oh my god.
but I
This
got
is
to ride in
good.
the limo. That was cool. That was dope as fuck. I yeah, and then I ate at whack ass Denny's at 3 in the fucking morning, and I remember that night because it was bad. It was bad, but I had fun. I had fun. I got the memory. I didn't have to pay for prom, and and yeah, I can tell this story, and I can't wait to go do a comic stand up. Because when I do comic stand up, I'll tell the actual full story. How about that? Yeah, there we go.
I'm with it. I can't wait to watch your stand up.
It's gonna be trash. Me and Liquid are planning on doing that. That's like one of our things that we have a little pin in because we want to go out and just want to go out and just start fucking doing random things for the first time. Like you put your whole into it, but you just go out there and do it and just like not necessarily bullshit, but you just go out there and do it just to do it.
Mm, hmm Well, because I am both of your friends, I guess I have to support you. So
That's not how it works. You're supposed to be there to let us know that we're trash or not. I guess that's what comes with support too, huh? But
I, I, I will say that I am definitely the salty friend out of my group of people. So I will only tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So, um, I'll show up.
we appreciate your support in advance for that shit. But shit, while we're on the subject of prom, what was your prom like? What was prom like for you?
Oh my God. Okay. I was a loser. So,
Welcome to the
um,
party. Welcome to the fucking party.
okay, so I was interested in this guy. Um, and I asked him to prom because I'm a fucking loser and nobody wanted to go with me. Um, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you." And then like a week later, he's like, "Nah, I don't want to go," or like I think he didn't want to pay for it or something. And so like I come home crying to my mom and I'm like, the guy that I like doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to pay for prom or something. So my mom ends up just paying for like him to go to prom with me. And I had to
Oh
like go
shit.
back and tell him like a fucking loser, like, hey,
Oh
you know.
damn.
And
Oh
so
damn.
so he, but we ended up dating. So like it's not like a thing. I don't think we were dating at prom at that I don't think we were dating at prom, but I know that we went together. And prom was chill. We went do we eat before? I don't remember. I think we just took a bunch of pictures outside of my yard. We danced a whole bunch. My hair was flat. Um, we went to a party. We went to a party after, and we were supposed to do basic prom things like drinking and party favors and the good stuff. Um, but turned like it wasn't the good stuff. So I think we just drank some beer and played beer pong or something, and pretty much ended the evening like that. It wasn't My prom wasn't anything crazy. And that was the first year that I actually had someone go with me. Um all the other years like prom and homecoming, like I've just gone solo because if you've seen me in high school, I don't look like what I look like now. So
I don't think any of us do.
yeah, I was pretty crispy back in the day. So now I look like a tall drink of water. I don't know why I said it like that, but whatever.
That's normally what they say about men. Hold on now.
Okay, well, okay, I am a um hot chocolate. Yeah, let's do hot chocolate.
Fine, we'll call it hot chocolate, even though you're not any shade of. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to
I'm
say.
like a caramel
There
macchiato.
you go,
Yeah, let's
macchiato.
get
There you
macchiato.
go, there you go. That's what you can call yourself, pal. You
Yeah.
did it.
Yes, I have
You
extra
were you
whipped
were
cream.
you were just posting about it earlier today. You were saying, you gotta call yourself a beautiful snack. So yeah, don't say a drink of water. Call yourself a caramel macchiato.
Caramel macchiato, extra whipped cream, double shot of espresso. And don't forget to fuck up the name when you give it to people because it's Starbucks.
Do you drink a lot of Starbucks?
No, not really.
Damn, I was really trying to segue into the Starbucks experience. Well, what we'll do
Well, I
is like
mean,
we'll do.
my name, my full name, I can never use it because no one knows how to pronounce it or spell it. So when I do go to Starbucks, I mean, but I'm not a big coffee drinker. I like tea. But when I do go to Starbucks, I have to tell them just Anna because my full name, they will never know how to pronounce it or even spell it. And it's easier for me in life.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I I know for me, my fucking Starbucks adventure, or like it's funny because I'm telling these stories and it feels like I'm about to go ahead and you know how you have those cartoons and they do like the little thing with the harp and they'll go follow me into this next part of my story.
Yes.
So, but that's what I'm doing now. And I remember it was middle school. I was going to school up in North Dallas to one of those tag academies, and it was like City Place. I remember I was like fucking young and hanging out with this emo bunch of kids. So like they live and breathe at Starbucks, and I was just sitting there like I never had Starbucks before. I want to try Starbucks too. And I remember one day after school we like did this big ass walk from across 75 all the way into what was that fucking Starbucks? Because I remember you would have to walk. It was City Place. You would walk all the way across, and yeah, you would go. That was the first time I was introduced to the tunnels. I don't know if you've been to City Place in the tunnels, right?
No, remember I'm not from here, so like I only know like a little bit about anything here.
Oh shit, you're missing out. We need to go on an adventure, especially while there's no people roaming around the world right now.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm committing.
All right, I'll get the guys and we'll make it a thing. I'll put it on the calendar. But
Okay, cool.
um but yeah, point being of the story, I like fucking lost where the hell it was. I failed at telling that story. There's nothing dramatic about that story. The story is just me getting fucking Starbucks for the first time and just that's it. And there's no point to tell that story. That shit was that's it. Canceled. I am canceled now.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good story. For real. Like the climax of the story was great. That ending that tied it all together was just, chef's kiss. It's great. The story was
Nah,
amazing.
man. This is straight trash. This is not a good podcast for me today. I'm not doing my best. I am just out here just shooting the bullet.
Okay, well, that's the last time that you know, give you some false confidence.
I don't need it. I know when I'm fucking up.
Fair enough.
Nah, but no, I'm fucking it. I'm just chilling. That's exactly what we're doing. Matter of fact, pretty much what this is turning into is a liquid tangent. Where's liquid when I need them? Nah.
I don't. I feel like we actually have some kind of content though, because I feel like with his, it's just like random things, and they don't correlate to each other, and they don't mix. They don't mesh. Like we have progressively gone through different categories. Um, in a like it flows. Like his doesn't flow, which is fine because that's like his deal. That's what he does. I think this is just like a normal conversation. It's like two bros. I'm not a bro. I'm like two friends on the phone. Friends on the phone or
You're right.
whatever.
That's exact. This is we're taking it back. This is what you used to do back in high school instead of just texting motherfuckers. If you would actually get on the phone, you would call other people up and y'all would just sit on the phone. Y'all wouldn't talk about a goddamn thing. You would just be there and you just be like, so today Sally ate bubble gum and she fucking popped it really loud in the goddamn class. And I can't believe she did that.
I thought that was me for a second.
No, no, I wasn't impersonating you, but you know, if that's who I am now, I guess that's me without a dress though. I'm sticking with that. No dresses.
I love a good dress. I love phone calls. I think they're great. I personally prefer them over texting because if I text you, it's like, hey, what are you doing this day? Let's meet up, on my way. Like, to have a conversation over text message is super annoying to me because I can't, there's no like, there's no inflection of tones. You have to kind of decrypt what someone's saying if you think that they're upset or whatever. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If it's not direct, it could be misconstrued. So I prefer phone calls over everything because I get to like listen to the person's voice, and you get to hear like me go up and down and excitements and whatever with it. So
That's how I feel about it. I prefer a phone conversation over typing any day. And 9 times out of 10 nowadays, I'm too busy to fucking type like anybody out. And it's a weird situation because I'll talk on that's why I do the podcast because I like talking to people. It's a fun experience. You get to hang out with an actual person. We spend too much time behind screens nowadays, and when you're typing things out, like you have to try to capture exactly every emotion, every uprising inflection that you're trying to do in that, so you don't throw a person off. Where if we're just talking back and forth, hey, if I say something that's off the wall, off the rocker, you can just stop me right then and there and go, hey, I think you're a Nazi and you should talk about it or why you're not a Nazi, shit like that.
yeah, I agree with you for sure. I definitely agree with you. It's easier, and it's more personable too.
And I
I
fucks
think
with
so.
that. I think so
Yeah.
too. It's it's real. It's not that phony shit that we're getting nowadays. Like I'm not a big fan of. No, that's no. Not I don't even have to say I'm not a big fan of it. I know I hate reality TV because it's just they fucking made reality fake, and I hate that shit. I hate that shit. That's why I'm a big fan of just this genuine one-on-one conversations with people. This genuine, hey, you talk about what you do, and you just go back and forth, and that's what you guys do. I like that shit. I think a lot of people like that shit. That's why podcast is ruling over fucking the television and the news and shit right now.
Yeah. I personally love reality TV. Um,
What?
I
What?
okay. Well, hear me out. Hear me out. Um, I like reality TV because there's so much drama, fake or not, so much drama that goes on, and I have none in my life. So it it gives me something to look forward to.
You know, it reminds me of my fucking parents when they were sitting there watching the Atlanta Housewives, and
I love that.
I would go to another room and just go make beats because I just couldn't do it. But then one time I was sitting there eating dinner, and it was just on the television. They were like playing a marathon, and just all the shit that was going on. What was it? It was the episode where the white chick had a song, and it was "Don't be tardy for the party."
Don't
I
be
was like, what
tardy
the
for the
fuck?
party.
What the
Don't be
fuck?
tardy for the
But there was
party.
so much context there that you just it's like a fucking Lifetime movie. You just sit there, you get sucked in, and you're just like, why the fuck am I watching this? But you end up watching it, and you have to remind yourself, don't sit down and watch that shit because it will fucking take your mind away. It's a waste of your goddamn mind. Sorry,
Um,
I got a little too crunk. That's what I do for reality TV. I gotta turn that shit away.
I love it. I love it. I think I like it because nothing goes on in my life, and watching someone else kind of destroy theirs makes it. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, yeah, like yeah, watching someone
Destroy
kind of
theirs.
put to be vulnerable on TV and put themselves in a certain position is kind of funny to me because I like the mess because I don't have it.
And you don't want it.
Oh no, yeah, no, I don't want. Yeah, don't want. Totally, I'm totally drama free, and I'm about that lifestyle. But It's good to get messy every once in a while, you know?
I mean, yeah, that's how we met.
Well, you were the one who was being messy.
Okay, yeah, I admit to it.
I
We've
was
been there.
like, please do not.
I visited your world, and I definitely was being a villain.
But that's you and your whole crew, though.
Not all of us. Not all of us.
Um,
That's just me. That was just me.
that was me trying to be messy.
See, normal me just shut that shit down. But shit, where were we running through a tangent for? I don't even remember, man. I don't fucking remember.
Doesn't matter.
Well, shit. What is on your noggin?
um, Food always. I don't know. I'm
Food?
a couple. Yeah, I'm a couple beers deep, and I'm kind of like, I need a snack. I've
What are
been
you drinking? What's your choice of beer?
choice of beer, like, oh, well, it depends. Okay, I can never just pick one thing because I am eclectic. I don't know why I said it that hard. Um, but I don't. My go-to, like normal, just every day is Miller High Life. Like that's my
Mm,
shit. Um, my favorite beer though, like all time, would be Delirium Tremens.
never
Or
had that one.
it's tasty. It's super tasty and it's kind of expensive. And then another one is called Ophelia Hoppy Wheat. That one's really good too. They're both very different styles of beers, but they're pretty chill, and I like those. But I like beer a lot, so I know like a good amount about beer. So that I mean, that is it. But I'm right currently. I'm drinking these Bud Light lemonades because I'm at my mother's house and that's all she has. So so I'm pretty much just like throwing these things back like it's soda.
Those are the nights. But for me, my what's that? I went to this wedding and they had only one choice for beer, and was it Michelob Ultra, I believe. I think it's called Michelob Ultra. I'm probably butchering that name. It was something Ultra, and
Hmm.
I just know I was like, this is the one for me. It was chill, and because normally I'm not a beer drinker. If I'm gonna drink anything, I'm gonna drink whiskey. And what else would I have? I was a big fan of ciders, and particularly Angry Orchard. It just did it for me. I don't know what it is about it. There's a chill ass drink. It's a cider. I was reading somewhere it's the drink you pick when you're being cool, but you're not trying to just be. Oh, no, it's the metrosexual drink. No.
What? What? I've never heard that.
I was reading some bullshit. It's like what it was someone I was reading something about people trying to be social at bars and how what you drink could also defer a person from fucking talking to you. Like you don't just go to the bar and order a fucking martini and expect people to just talk to you. I used to have it bad. I remember when I stayed in Denton, there was this bar on the square. It was this cool ass bar too, because it was hidden. It was like on top of another bar, and you had to take a staircase in there, and it was just like in this living room, and there was like chess you could play. It was a dope ass bar. I forgot what it was called, but I remember like that was my first times going to the bar, and what I ordered a fucking chocolate martini, and
Did
I ordered a fucking chocolate martini, and everywhere we would go, that's what I would order. My drink would be a chocolate martini, and it was just like I had to get out that phase. I didn't fucking know what to order. I'm at the damn bar for the first time, and it's like, okay, so I'll take a martini, chocolate martini. Yeah, that's just what I fucking ordered.
That's oh my god. I think that's great. When I man, I
Oh,
don't maybe
really? I thought you
because
would
I
have been able to.
bartend
You would have said
now.
some other shit.
It because I bartend now. Like someone going to order a chocolate martini, I would definitely be like, oh, you're new here. Like you're definitely like um you're definitely like you're not a big drinker. When I first started drinking, I liked beer. Like, oh, I didn't really like beer, but I liked fruity beers like
Mm.
lambics or like framboise. It's just like a fruit style beer. And those were like so good to me because it was like it had like bubbles and it was sweet and like it was all, good. But now I drink this like normal shit. But I mean, if you came into my bar and you asked for a chocolate martini, I'd be like, bruh, come on, dude. Like, what are you
I think
doing
I'm
here?
out of those days. I don't think I'll go back to a chocolate martini unless I'm like really trying to make a joke, and it'll probably just be at your bar, so I can then just say, "Hey, I'm getting a chocolate martini." But nah, that shit leveled up. I'm trying to remember what was the fucking catalyst, because I remember I wasn't a big drinker. I didn't fucking drink because I always told myself I was crazy enough, so I didn't need to drink. And for the longest, I didn't drink. Like it was just one of those things I just didn't do. And then I remember a homie had finally achieved something that he really wanted to achieve, and he brought over like this moonshine, and we like as brothers we drank together because it was just something we had to do, and I took part in this because I felt like a brother, and not to mention I was the youngest one there, so I took part in it. So I was like, all right, fuck it, this moonshine that burned the fuck out of my throat. It was
Oh
just,
Jesus.
it was just like nope. Matter of fact, I remember there was a scene like I didn't drink. There was a party we had in Denton, and I remember I met this real cool Asian dude, and and like they got shit faced, and the party lasted till like 5 in the morning, and it was just like they weren't in any shape. Everything led up to me finding out that I didn't want to drink. I just wanted to be sober. But then I had that. I was like everyone. I had that bad breakup, and I watched Forrest Gump for the first time. I remember it was 11:50 at night, and the gas. They was like, "Oh, we don't sell shit. It's at 12. They shut that shit down. You got to go
Mhm.
to a bar to get your shit." So I remember running. I ran to like the nearest gas station to stock up on a bunch of alcohol so I could just drink it and watch Forrest Gump. It was a pathetic setting, but I did that, and that was what segue me into okay, I'm gonna drink now.
That's so crappy. I
It
love
is.
Forrest Gump, but damn, dude, I don't think I've ever gone through a breakup and is like, you know what's gonna make me feel better is watching this sad fucking movie
And it was the
and
first
getting
time I
really.
ever watched it. It was the first time I ever fucking watched it.
Oh yeah, Forrest Gump is good. It'll do that shit to you. Forrest Gump's good.
Fucking Jenny. Like at that point, I hated Jenny with a passion, with a fucking passion. Then to find out she was the chick in House of Cards, I was like I loved Claire in House of Cards for a period of time. Then when I found out that was Jenny, I just started feeling it boil up again. I was like,
Oh my
motherfucker,
god.
ah, ah, fucking Jenny.
Oh my god, that's good. That is so good. I have a process that I have to go through when I'm like a fucking robot, honestly. All whenever I go through a breakup, I go through like the grieving stages and I give
Mhm.
myself like allotted time like, okay, you get a day to feel this, a day to feel this. You get 20 minutes for this, you know. And pretty much like once I hit all of those emotions, I'm like back to being like normal.
That's healthy, if you ask me. That's how a person probably should go about that, honestly.
I would think I mean, for me it makes sense because like I can think like to me I think like pretty logically. So I'm like, okay, if I hit all of these emotions, then like when it's time for me to feel the last one, like it'll be fine. So for me, like it's always just worked out like that, and I get over people pretty quickly. But I'm also not like a huge dater, so like I can tell you like I've only had like 4 people, like you know, that I can say that I've been in a relationship with, maybe 3, something like that. So it's not like I have a bunch of experience. I'm sure one's gonna take a toll, and I'll watch Forrest Gump and fucking cry and drink, you know, my my tears away. But it hasn't happened yet, I guess.
I know for me it was it for me. Nah, I don't think I didn't handle that shit correctly. I remember I was in like a long relationship, so it just turned into of a not so mentionable or the desirable mentionable binge of things. But yeah, it's yeah, coping or trying to figure out how to handle your trauma correctly so you can be correct for the next person. It's just one of those things, man. It's just and like a lot of people don't know how to go about it. Like, do you see a counselor or do you stick to yourself till you figure that shit out again, or what? Well, no, that's kind of probably where you would aim to, so you won't go around fucking up other people. What's that they say? Hurt people.
Yeah, I
But yeah.
think uh, I think when it comes to I don't know, like I always tell people if you're gonna like if you're gonna love wholeheartedly. Like you can't bring trauma from a past relationship into a new one. So if you're going to jump into a new one, you can't be like, well, I have trust issues, and it's like, well, get over them because this is a new person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I also think like if if you going to like a therapist or whatever, um, not whatever, sorry, if you going to a therapist helps you like process your emotions so that you can get over one person, then like more power to you. Do it. Get in the positive mind state that you need to be in. I feel like I'm not making sense.
You're making sense. I'm just
Okay.
quiet and listening.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I'm not aware of my surroundings right now. I've been drinking. So I
That's
I'm
that's when
trying.
the best conversations pop out. I remember me and the guys when we were living in I think it started in Denton. We had this thing called reflection time, and ideally that's kind of what all of this stemmed from. Just the podcast in general stemmed from us just always getting together and having really deep and in-depth conversations about shit. And like they would pop off from just either just sitting around, maybe we all was drinking and we just started just going into a conversation and deeper into conversation. We put on some music in the background and let that just also add to the mood, and we would fucking talk from fucking probably 12 to the sun is now risen in the fucking backyard, and it just you talk about anything and everything. You would go into like, how do you feel about fucking it's the last 2 people on the planet, and you have to recreate the people, like you have to continue the planet, but the girl that's there doesn't want to have any relations with you. So in order to continue the planet, you would have to rape her. Have to stem through that in order to
What the
continue
fuck?
the
What
I
the
know, I know,
fuck?
I know it's dark. Just chill, just chill. So then the question becomes: do you do that, or do you decide that the planet does not need to continue so you can do the right thing? And it would be conversations like that on that kind of level.
Ew. I was
It's
gonna.
not.
You had me up until maybe if you use a different scenario, that'd be cool. Because I was definitely like, oh yeah, I love conversations that you can have to like the sun comes up and like those are always the best ones. And then you said that, and I was like, nah, that's not the one.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like that. There was that shock value part to it, and but it's like it's a real question. Like at the same time, it's a real question because say for instance, you are the last two people on the planet. It's like that's the thing. That's the scenario. You destroy the world and you don't let the world continue because you feel like that task is every bit of incorrect and wrong, and if the world has to be bled or brought about because of that action, then you're a monster in some kind of form or fashion. So instead, you would just decide not to continue, so you wouldn't have to take up doing some shit like that. But then, you would ask that question. You would go around the room to see how these people, how your friends felt about certain things. What did
Ooh.
they value more, morals or just the overall continuum of the humanity of humanity?
Oh, I I would murder someone. I'd be like, yeah, you thought we were gonna have this kid. I'd murder your fucking baby and you. So, but that's
Actually,
just me.
it's interesting to have that conversation when you're not just some dudes talking about it. That's why you got to have these conversations so you can see what other people think because we aren't everybody, and yeah, you need that
Oh
shit.
yeah, or I'd like slowly poison you or something. I'd be like, you know what, this is cool. Like we can be friends, and then like I don't know, hope that someone else shows up. I don't know, and then just fucking murder you. Like I was at the end for me. At the end of the day, just because I'm a lady, and I don't think, um, yeah, you're getting murdered. Everybody is. Um,
Well, shit. I mean, what's that thing that they were talking about? Men are like close to being extinct, and women can then also figure out how to just reproduce without men. We're not needed anymore. Supposedly, if I remember the science
do
on
you
it,
know that's true? Because women are well, I don't want to say women are asexual, but we can pretty much reproduce without you guys.
and
Like
I
we're
don't
like
know the science, but if I'm not I've read about it before. I remember it was kind of, and I can see it. It's kind of like one of those existence things as well. Say for instance, all the men are just gone. There's like no way. I'm
I
pretty
had
sure.
a I had a conversation with a guy about this because um I don't damn it, what was it? I don't remember what exactly what it was, but I know he was like trying to challenge me because he was like, "Well, you're a feminist or whatever," and like regardless, he was being misogynistic, and I didn't like that. And I was like, "Well, we don't need you guys. Like, we could essentially just have babies on our own." And he was like, "Well, send me the article and blah blah blah," and like got all upset about it that he was
Huh.
not needed to reproduce.
See, it's control.
I know, and I was just like, because his thing was like, that you need the man's the head of the household, and like, like that we needed these guys, and that like the guys are the leaders. And I was like, nah, homie, like you're not winning this battle with me. Like I am an aggressor, and I am a lady, and I will fucking shut all that shit down. And I did, and he didn't like it. And so now anytime I talk to him, we just fight.
So that means that you guys aren't having discussions anymore. You're just arguing it at each other.
So listen, so this okay, how this all came about was that I think he was interested in me. So I was like, yeah, like we can hang out, whatever. And then we've had conversations before. It was cool, like just normal, nothing crazy. And then he ended up adding me on Facebook, because I told him that I post like fire memes and stuff. And he saw one of
You
my
do,
memes
you
and
do.
then called me. Thank you. Called me and was like, "Hey, how do you feel about this, this, and this?" And then I gave him like my honest answer. And then that turned in to him basically like, "Well, women need to be this way, but men are this way." And I was like, nah. And then I tried to put it to the side because I was like, he's not a he's not a terrible guy. He's a nice guy. So we tried to go out on a date. And during that date, he brought something up. And your girl flipped out and fucking went a complete 180 and basically I mean, put him in his place to where he was like, dang, like, why do we always have to have these conversations? And I'm like, I'm not the one to have a conversation with. Like, whatever your view is, I don't like it, so it's going to get shut down. So now, yeah, we can only so our relationship now is basically just like we'll pass memes along to each other, but when it comes, it's the same guy from the beginning of um the conversation that I was telling you about how he felt how he felt men needed to be included in a discussion that was not about them when we first started the cast. That's the
Talking
same
about the
guy.
W.A.P.
Yes, what the original the original
Yeah,
what we came here for.
full circle.
Full circle. Do 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 do. Okay. I was trying to do the Doug theme song and I fucked up.
Actually, I was humming that this morning, like when I was like waking up or after my nap. I'm
Doug's
trying
a
to think
pretty
of a
badass chef.
topic. I've only seen probably like a good 6 episodes of Doug. Like
Wait, like you're not
I've seen it enough to know the whole show's premise and the characters and whatnot. I probably seen maybe a good 10 or 20, but it just wasn't. What's that? That's Nickelodeon, right?
Doug? Yes.
Okay, I was a Cartoon Network kid,
Dude,
and
so yes, I'm all about Cartoon Network other than SpongeBob because everyone knows I'm obsessed with it. So
I've noticed. I've learned today. No, actually, it was funny
Oh,
because
sorry, I cut you off. I totally cut you off. Go sorry, please continue.
I don't even remember what the hell I was
God
continuing.
damn
I'm
it, I'm
like
so sorry.
I'm bouncing back and forth. Oh, now I remember. It was the conversation I was saying how what are those controversial conversations, and I'm trying to see if I could actually I'm trying to remember because if I'm not mistaken, it's because this guy had this viewpoint on how he felt about something. He felt like that's how it was supposed to be, but he was trying to black and white this shit and basically voice that that's how it's supposed to be. When you know me by now, I bring up this shit all the time. It's a spectrum, and we have to be willing to look and see other people's perspectives before we just start waving around a stick, demanding that people just come to our side.
Ah.
I don't see anything wrong with the free woman approach. Um, what's my I don't like okay, here's the question. Are you a feminist? Or I mean, I feel like every woman in some form or fashion is a feminist. But
I
yeah,
I would say yes because like I want to be paid just as much as men. Like I feel like men's rights my rights should be just as equal as men's rights. Like so yeah, like I'm yes. In in a general term, yes, I do. I'm not like a man hater or anything because I love men. Um I like men that are respectful, of course, but I'm not yes, 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 and yes. I'm just gonna say yes. Because to explain it, I don't want to. Yes, that's it. Like, yes, I am a feminist. Like, true and true. Yes.
now, how about that conversation when it comes to pregnancy? And I'm trying to remember how to form that complete question, but
What do you mean?
it's basically the whole I think someone was making an argument that some women get paid less because of the fact that if they are pregnant, they're gonna be gone or some shit like that.
What?
If I'm not mistaken, I've heard that conversation before where a woman will get paid less, I guess either if she's pregnant or yeah, I don't know if it's if she's pregnant or how does that work? I'm trying to make sure I'm asking the
That
question.
just makes me upset.
Well,
Like,
and
I don't
that's it makes you upset because it's like why do I got to get paid less because I'm pregnant? And I guess from a
right.
guy's or the people in
The
charge, it's
guy
like
gets the fucking kid regardless. So why is it? Why is it any different?
It's different. So here's the thought process that if I'm running the memories correctly, it was the guy is he when he gets pregnant, the guy doesn't get pregnant, so the guy has to stay there and still work. Where the woman that does get pregnant and has to go on maternity leave, she's still getting paid to be on maternity leave, but she's not getting paid the same amount as maybe the other guy that's actually still working there. And that's kind of how they compare the two sometimes. Which they should not do that all around the. I don't think they should do that shit around the board. I guess it's only the only instance you would think of is if you have two people come in, like you gotta say for instance you're hiring a pregnant woman and a man that and they both have the same skill set. This woman is fresh pregnant and she's like letting you know right off the bat, hey, I am pregnant. 9 months from now, I will have to take off for maternity leave. And I guess the question would be, do you pay them the same amount just because anyway, or how do you handle that situation? I'm to let you know I'm doing a thought experiment. It has no way how I really feel about things. I'm just entertaining the thought so I can understand shit. That's what I'm doing.
Um, I don't I don't think women should be paid less um because they're pregnant. Like I think that's fucking stupid. I think it's stupid because like the amount of stress that a lady's body goes through, like it's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And for them to get paid less on top of that just because they're pregnant, like it's not an easy job to be pregnant. I've never been pregnant, but I've had a period and I don't like that shit. And I would well, let me not even hold on. Let me get back on track. It's not an easy job to have a child and it's not easy to be pregnant. So to get paid less or whatever because you're not at work, I think is complete bullshit. Because if that's the case, like, why don't we go back to work and the men stay home and they can get paid less? But men also don't want to do that because then they'll feel emasculated
Not
and guys don't
necessarily.
like that. You don't think so?
I don't think so because from the
Who do
stories
you
I've
wait
heard from women,
before you finish? Who do you know? Do you have friends that have kids, right?
I do remember, yeah, people having kids that I am acquainted with. Yes. Ha!
How many of them are stay-at-home dads?
Trying to remember. No, they're not stay-at-home dads. They are out and about working their ass off.
Right. And
But
it's kind of like we're kind of just put into this place where, we're the caregivers or whatever. We need to basically be at home with the kid. But I know a good group of people who have had children, and the gentlemen that have had to stay home to basically take care of their child feel emasculated and they feel inferior because they're doing housework instead of like bringing home the bacon. So, did I get off track?
no, I
Maybe.
think you're in the right area. Just keep telling your point. You're saying that men feel emasculated if they have to do what society has taught us would be a woman's role, a traditional woman's role.
Sure. Yeah. Basically. I mean, yeah. I think it's dumb that people feel uh I think it's dumb that people feel the need to not pay women as much just because they're pregnant. Like you try having a period for just 2 days, and I would love to see how men play this out. You guys get a cough and you're, dying and you call your fucking moms. So for us to get paid
Actually,
less because we're
I gotta hit you with the actual like the reality part about it because when you think about it in a man's thought process, they're probably gonna hit you with, "Hey, we don't gotta have a period, so we don't have to waste the time with it. Therefore, we can keep the shit moving without having to worry about it. So therefore, that's why we would deserve more pay because we don't have to worry about that shit. When you get pregnant, after you're done being pregnant, you do have to have some type of time for recovery, so you won't fucking injure yourself more. Therefore, it's just like, all right, here's more reasons that you're not actually there working. So it's like
But
because then
people need to survive and they need to live. You're telling me that it's like what you're saying. You are having a child and you can't just jump back on your feet to get to work. So why am I going to get less pay? What sense does that make? It's like, hey, you broke your leg. You can't come back to work. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut your insurance and I'm going to make sure that you have half the amount of what you're getting because you can't come back. But like, you'll be fine because you broke your leg.
now while we're
Right?
playing around with these thoughts, my question
Okay.
is, how do you
Are you
how
gonna
does
play are you gonna play devil's advocate right now, or like are you just is this just like an open conversation?
no, this is an open conversation for me.
Okay.
My stance is I don't fucking know. I'm like I don't fucking know. I'm still crafting the shit as I go because my thing is like how does it normally work? Because honestly, when it comes to a job and someone getting pregnant, they send them home and let them have maternity leave, which is your full pay, and you get I forgot how much time it is, and you can come back within like a is it like 4 months or something? But you still have all your benefits, you still have all your pay, and your company lets you come back after you're done, and it's just regular business. Like there's no there's no fucking monkey business around it. I do know that there are instances for people. You got a single mother, she's pregnant, she has to make this money so she can provide for a roof on her head and for the future of her kid that she's about to have. And they don't get the job because it's like, hey, they're fucking pregnant. And it's like, can you blame them for saying, hell no, you can't work for me? You pregnant. I don't need that on my I don't need you working here while you pregnant. Maybe come back to me after you're done pregnant, so I don't have to put you on my insurance and cost me money. Because they're a business. Unless you're dealing with some people that actually care, like like do we like I guess like where do you actually just add humanity, or do you blame people for not being human about something like that? Or like, do you take to the streets against companies that's like, hey man, we don't want pregnant people working for our company, and you take to the streets because you feel like there's a prejudice against pregnant women?
That is a cycle that is disgusting because let me find my words. I think it's a cycle that's disgusting because like corporations, you are a number to them. And I don't like that. Like if I was an employer, if I was an employer, I would definitely employ someone that was pregnant because how else are they supposed to take care of their child? Like to me to me as a conscious person hiring someone that makes sense to me. But these big businesses that are not hiring people that are pregnant just because like they don't want to put them on their insurance plan or something is just absurd to me and it's you're a number and you're not a person and I don't like that. So
Yeah.
and that's just pretty much where I am.
And personally, that's how I am too. I like humanity over statistics any day. That's just how I feel because I don't know. I'm more along the lines of like we have to put in the work to try to make this shit work for everyone, and we shouldn't be selfish douchebags thinking about numbers all the time because
Right.
this shit's more than numbers, and that's where I stands on it. But I know for me, I like to have these like yeah, I like having these conversations so I can open my mind to other perspectives